Okay, so we got our first trailer for the new Anaconda reboot that's coming out in December. And now, this is a movie that when it was announced, I was excited for this because I love the first Anaconda with Ice Cube, and I even love the sequels to some extent, quantity over quality, but and the horrendous CGI as well. But as a kid, you don't really care about CGI. Like, I just sat in front of that TV. These movies were on an awful lot as a kid, which is surprising since there could have been 10, 15 better movies on instead of the shitty sequels that this franchise has to offer. But the point is, when I was watching these movies, I had a great time. I didn't care whether or not I was seeing a computer-generated snake. I had a great time with the Anaconda swallowing people, wrapping itself around people, and just seeing it on screen was a true delight for me. So these movies have always had a place in my heart, and I can watch them, but under the right conditions. Just bring out a lot of alcohol, and then I'll be good to watch all 4, 5, 6 Anaconda films. But anyways, so speaking on this reboot purely, few things I want to bring up here. This trailer, it was a little bit weird to be watching it. Like, the first one was always like a dark comedy. It wasn't a film that was really taking itself serious, but it was serious enough where you liked these characters and you felt bad for the situation that they're in. This one more feels like it's having fun with the attempt that they know they're in a B grade, creature film. Which I do like that self-awareness, and I do like that fourth wall breaker to it, where it's like, they're filming a movie and now they're in that movie. I think that is kind of a cool juxtaposition, for the film. But yeah, I think the comedy route can do the film some really big favors. Jack Black and Paul Rudd. This is a comedy duo right here. These are two of the best comedians of our modern era. Jack Black, I've always been hit or miss with. When he does land really well. And Paul Rudd has proven himself time and time again. He's been in some of my favourite comedies from the 2000s era, so I'm really looking forward to seeing him show his acting chops once again. But yeah, we're either going to get good Jack Black or really phoning it in Jack Black. So I'm curious to see what end. Like, the trailer doesn't really give me an impression. I need to see a second look to get more of an idea of what Jack Black is going to give. But then leading on from that point, I do want to talk about story. This does look like a film that is laughs over story and characters. Like, this does look like a very one-dimensional story. It's, they go out to the forest, they start filming their reboot of Anaconda, and then a real Anaconda shows up. That's I feel, as deep as this story is going to get. And I feel like this is a type of movie that it really wants to rush to showing the Anaconda. Which, I don't have a problem with it. Like, if the movie's funny, then great. But, if you've been watching my channel, long enough, I'm very fussy with comedy. There's not a lot of things, in today's era that is, laugh out loud, worthy for me. But, yeah, I'm curious to know who it's written by, so I need to, I need to look at that. And yeah, it doesn't really look like a character focused film, which, if the comedy doesn't work, at least have some cool character moments. I don't need like really in-depth, deep analysis on all of these characters. Just kind of, just give me the bare minimal character development and just have some good moments with them. Like, even to a degree, that can save a movie enough for me. And give me some cool Anaconda action, which I do want to speak about the snake quickly here. I think the snake looks great. I have absolutely no problems with how the snake looks. We only get like a handful of little scenes throughout this trailer, but there's that one scene where Paul Rudd is communicating with the girl that's on the island, and and as soon as she starts waving her hand, chomp, the snake comes out of nowhere, and Paul Rudd's reaction is just it's just great. Stay there, we're coming to help you. Nope. I thought that shit was really funny in here. But yeah, I think from what we can see, the Anaconda, I think the CGI and the texturing and, the scaling and all that, does look great. It does look great on the snake, and I think it does blend in, with the environment. And I think from what I know, this was a film that was shot practically as well as in front of a green screen. And I think those scenes that are shot practically, I think, do this movie a big favor when creating the CGI Anaconda here. But at the end of the day, this is a very different tone from the first film, and it's a tone that I do welcome. I am looking forward to this movie. Like, any chance I get to see a giant snake on screen, count me there day one. Like, I am going to be seeing this movie no matter what, and I really want to have a great time, and this trailer does have a lot of fun in it, and it does get me excited for this movie, and there's a lot of good things going forward. So this comes out in December. We're still a few months away, so we'll probably get a second trailer, and we also got our first poster along with this trailer as well, and just that poster is just great as well. You have Jack Black's face, you have Paul Rudd's face on it, and it's like they're wrapped up in an anaconda. Like, it's it is really cool. Like, the movie's marketing is spot on. So anyways, guys, let me know down in the comments, what did you think of the newest Anaconda trailer, and let me know, have you seen the original Anaconda and its sequel? So you'll let me know all of that and more down in the comment section down below, guys. And until the next video, I'll see you in the next video.